Right, so next project. I think we're going to go with the Aerox strip down now. I don't know what it's actually got in it. I was told at one point this did around 80 mile an hour, so to do that, it's already got the full stage 6 exhaust, cylinder head. I think to do that there must be some internals that are upgraded as well, but I won't know till I blow it all apart. There's a few things that I've already noticed that needs sorting, so there's something in there, there's a bearing, or either something's not tight or there's something that wants replacing. Right, so we're all set up, got a few tools down here with me. I'll need something else at some point, but let's get it done. So we've got a couple of connectors here that aren't connected into anything. I think they might have been the stand sensor, which won't let you start it unless it's on the stand. I might be wrong on that, but that's what I would lean towards. Always good to just take a few pictures as you go, just so you get an idea of what was where and where things go when you're putting it back together. I can see that we've got the stage 6 cylinder head. I think that's a standard intake. I might be wrong and we clean it up. We'll have to see. I just like to stick a bolt or a screw or something in the end of fuel pipes when I'm doing these rebuilds. This is a vacuum tap, fuel tap, so it's not likely to leak too much, but they can sometimes. You can just come in after overnight and for some reason, or blow out the tank on your floor. So I'll just blank those off. So I'm screwing a nut in far enough for it to make a seal, screwing a bolt in, sorry. And that means that we should now be safe on those. So a couple of bolts here that I just want to keep again with the same item. So with these ones, there's a nice little channel in here, inside there. So I'm just going to tape them all together, tape them in there. I'm never only working on one project, so I'm going to take this to bits, and then obviously I'm going to work out which parts I want to order and stuff and put the order in, and then until those parts come I am going to be instantly rebuilding the engine or putting everything straight back together. So doing things like this, it just removes you having to rely on your memory of exactly where everything goes once you've been to sleep. Good, that one was not good at all. And that's going to be a bugger, isn't it? Oh, don't make me start drilling stuff on day one. We'll start getting interesting already. Need to have a look. This is going to be an easy out situation and that. 2 days running. I had to do one of them yesterday, so that's not fun. Okay. What it's going to make me do. So we have a completely rounded off Allen key ball. It is literally just a circle that holds the carb manifold onto the engine. So we are going to have to drill it and then you use an easy out, a small one. I had to use this yesterday on a job. Don't like doing this. We're going to drill it out. Let's just make sure we can get a nice level drilling position. Yep, there's nothing in the way. That can stay nice and straight. And we should be able to get this out eventually, but this is not what I wanted to be doing right now. But these are the things you're going to come across. No way, like, he's not going to be able to smash an extra Allen key and like a bigger Allen key in there. There's no edge, it's a domed headed nut. There's two different sizes on this, and I'm not sure that should be that's standard. So these are like dome headed, so that you're not going to get more grips on there to grip it and hopefully just start it off. I don't think. I might try, but I think I am going to be drilling this. Fun. No chance. It's too domed. I thought I was hoping it might be domed to just a little lip that I could maybe get some more grips on. If I could have got it started off, I'm sure I got it out, but I can't, so it's going to be a drill. Let's hope this goes well. It did yesterday. Make sure my angles are alright. Going straight through it. Yeah, I'm not trying to drill the head off. I mean, that might be a way to go, but I'm not trying to drill the head off and then remove just the threaded bit with a pair of mil grips. We might get to that if this don't work easily, but what I'm trying to do right now is just drill down into it, create a hole that I can put an easy out in, and hopefully before I can drill through and before we actually get near the threaded part in the casing, hopefully we can get enough depth that the easy out will grip. Going nice and slow because I don't want to go any further than I have to. I want to stay, like, so the actual manifold itself isn't threaded obviously, so we can't damage anything in that. The threads start at the engine casing lower down. So if we can get an easy out to grip before we even get to that engine casing where the threads are, hopefully we can remove it and never even risk any damage to anything. Okay, we might have some action. Just tapping it to try and get it seated and locking in as low as possible, and there we go. Go. No damage to any threads, no issue. The bolt is now out. Excellent. Heart in mouth job, but you've just got to make sure that you get your angles right on your drilling, and that you don't go off on some wild angle. Yeah, as long as you do that, you should be good. But there's a good. Sometimes it's good to come across these problems because I get to put myself on the line and hopefully show you how to sort them. And that one went well, so we'll take that. Right, now we just need to get this easy out of this old bolt. There we go. Get yourself some easy outs if you haven't got them. They do rescue a lot of situations. You can see just how heavy these can get. don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I've drilled through. Not sure if you'll be able to see any of this, but I've drilled through the middle of it. It's not come through at all, but as I've put the mole grips on it to grip it and get the easy out, you can see that it's like just crushed it a little bit on that side there. And when I look down the middle of it, I can see light. So you're within 0.5 millimetre of coming through the side, which is why it's important to use the right drill bit. It's got to be big enough that you can get your easy out in to a point where your easy out's got some strength in it, because they do snap if you only put the end in. So you have to get deep enough to be able to get a decent amount of the easy out through the bolt, but also keep your angles right so you don't come through the side. And we were close with some of that there. So really important to be careful, because it can go very wrong. If you drill too deep and you go into where the actual threads are in the crankcase, and then you're on an angle and you damage those threads, then hopefully you might have left enough material to re-tap it, but you're into some difficulties then if you can't. So glad that went well. Keep going. I would be surprised if that wasn't a standard. Yeah, that's just the Minarelli carb. Yeah, that looks just standard to me. So, I mean, I don't know. You've got the stage 6 cylinder head and whatever possible internals. I'm not sure. I'm going to check that. Check the reads in a minute, but they kind of look standard. No. Okay. Alright, we might have Molossi reads, it looks like. Can't see any light through them, so they're in great condition, and they are Molossi racing reads. So that's good. That's a nice little find. So it's definitely had at least some upgrades in the engine as well as the external part. Oh, I suppose this is still an external, isn't it? Molossi racing reads. Cool, we're happy with that. Oh, that looks clean in there. Excellent. I can just show you that. Look in there, look if you can see. Right deep inside where the crankshaft is, that is lovely and clean. I can get some better light to it maybe so you can see better, but that is exactly what I wanted to see. So like I said, we've got the nice Molossi racing reeds, like that. The carb and the intake are the standard Minarelli. There's a little tag somewhere, it's on there, look, but I don't know if you can see much of that, but it's on there. That's just the Minarelli. I do have the stage 6 carb that originally came on my lad's bike. I need to have a look at this, but this, and it might go on, but if you look at the difference in the port sizes, I think if we've got a lot of stage 6 racing bits on there already, I think that the difference that this might make, if that engine can cope with this, might just, it's the stage 6. Right, we lost camera feed again. Got the battery flat again. Didn't notice, again. So I don't know how much you missed, hopefully nothing too important. Hopefully it won't be doing that easy out, because that was quite a good thing for people to see. Do we think the chances of this main bar coming out? We can but try. That actually moved at the other end, so that's not looking like it's going to be seized, which is nice. That's now a good time to get it on a stand. surprised, to be fair. They usually stiff and seize are a bit of a problem, but thankfully somebody greased it well when it was being put together. Like that. It's that has a bit of play. Brembo brakes. Decent amount on the pads, more to one side, so we might just try and make sure that is releasing. This one's doing its job correctly, but that looks all up to good. We'll look even better after a good clean up. And there we have the engine out. The bolts back in the brake caliper. So there can be no confusion there. Engine board back in place. And we now have an engine out of the bike. Strip down done. See you in the next one.